Hi, my name is Jesper. I'm the co-founder and chief operating officer of GRAPHO, an early literacy app company from Finland. Illiteracy should not be a problem in the 21st century. Yet, over 1 billion people in the world today are functionally illiterate. And over 700 million people suffer from some sort of dyslexia or neurodifference that makes all learning very challenging. And this is not an issue that plagues individuals or families. This is a systemic issue that nations must fix. And UNESCO estimates that countries around the world lose 1.1 trillion euros every year due to poor literacy in lost tax revenue, lost GDP, and lost opportunities for their citizens. And this is not an issue of the developing world. Actually, half of this $1 trillion number is the United States of America. And that's why GRAPHO was created to fix this problem. Our apps are created for 4 to 9-year-olds. They are gamified early literacy apps that kids can play alone without adult supervision. And through academic research, we have proven their effectiveness. And this can be seen in over 300 academic publications where GRAPHO is used as a method, and 20 PhD or master's thesis papers where GRAPHO is the core methodology. And from this, we have created 14 language versions in partnership with universities around the world. And these apps are helping kids as we speak. GRAPHO is an infinitely scalable solution to illiteracy in two major ways. Our app has been made to be extremely cheap to distribute, and we can have 1 million users or 100,000 users, and the cost will be largely the same. Our app does not make internet connections, it's not resource heavy, and is very cheap to maintain. And this incentivizes us to get scale and get as many kids using our app as possible. And on top of that, the research proves to people around the world that they do not need an adult or a teacher in the room for the kid to get evidence-based, effective content. And this effectively allows kids to learn literacy without an adult supervising them. And this is the main solution for fighting the lack of teachers that we have around the world today. We research our apps with prestigious universities and academics from around the world in the field of linguistics, neuropsychology, and neurolinguistics, the study of the child's brain as they're learning to read. And our studies almost always use empirical models. We use randomized control trials in classrooms and case studies in classrooms. And here are some of the results that we have seen in the form of quotes and anecdotes, but I think the one on the left here describes perfectly what we're trying to achieve. GRAPHO has been shown to be as effective as one-to-one teacher support, but any number of children can be playing at the same time. And that is exactly what we're trying to achieve here. We're not trying to make an app that is better than teachers. We're trying to keep up with teachers when teachers are not available. We have partnerships with universities around the world, and we have 14 different language versions of our apps that have been made and researched with these partners. Even though they have been made with those partners, we have full intellectual property rights to all the content that the researchers have made for us. And the countries here you see in dark blue are countries where we have national distribution deals, which we have 18 of. These are deals that have been made with a government or NGO or some sort of institution whereby we deliver our literacy apps as part of a wider national push for literacy. In the last few years, we've been focusing fully on user growth and growing our user base to hundreds of thousands of active users, not only to prove that there's a good product market fit, but also to prepare a bed for future conversions and upselling. And our user acquisition has been a very interesting model. Many companies go for digital marketing or marketing of some sort. We realized that to stand out from the crowd of literacy apps and edtech apps, etc., we wanted to work with national level NGOs or governments or ministries of education or the African Union to help access a market, to open a market, and to have that local famous partner do ads, to do radio ads, do interviews, etc. And this has allowed us to grow our downloads to 5 million downloads through our extremely innovative approach to market entry. A great example of us succeeding at a market entry with a national level partner was Brazil, where we worked with the President's Office of Brazil as well as the Ministry of Education to co-create a Brazilian Portuguese version of GRAPHO Game, but also to distribute it as a free to download app across all of Brazil. Even though it was free to download for Brazilian children and parents, we at GRAPHO Game were paid a yearly fee by the Brazilian government to keep it free as a service. And on top of that, the Brazilian government invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into TV ad campaigns, radio ads. All their politicians in the government were talking about GRAPHO Game as talking points on TV, and that allowed us to achieve 2 million downloads in just a year or so, and have an average rating of 4.5 out of 5, which is extremely high when you have thousands of reviews. The reason why we have been building such a huge user base is that we are preparing to monetize this user base with a subscription-based SaaS product. This SaaS product is a browser-based analytics service that teachers and parents and schools can use to basically use GRAPHO Game usage data to get predictions on which children need extra support, which students might have dyslexia, which students are getting bored of the content because they're talented, etc. So we are going to be selling this platform to our many markets for about 12 euros per user per year, and our first commercial pilot will be the city of Oslo in Norway, where will be used by thousands of kids and about 100 teachers initially. And by using this business to institution model of entering markets, we can keep our customer acquisition costs extremely low and use that huge user base to convert users to our more scalable services and products such as this platform. Now is a perfect time to get involved with GRAPHO Game because in the past few years we have been building our company with just 2 founders, myself included. And with just 2 we have managed to reach 5 million downloads, 500,000 monthly active users, and we are market leaders in 4 countries: Brazil, France, Norway, and Finland. And this year we have launched our monetization, and in just the first quarter alone of this year we have 10x revenue compared to the entirety of last year. So now is a perfect time to join us on this journey. And we expect to have multiple sources of income in the years to come. On top of this teacher platform, which we will be selling as a B2B subscription, we will also continue selling to governments, which is a smaller revenue stream. We will also add a mathematics game to our portfolio, which we will sell to our users. We will have B2C subscriptions, premium subscriptions, and of course normal paid downloads. So we have multiple sources of income from our apps and value-added services to basically upsell to our existing clients. And GRAPHO Game is in its first funding round in its history, and we are raising 35 million Norwegian kroners from angel investors, family offices, and VCs to prepare us for our massive commercialization push that's coming this year and next year. And so far we have raised 16.5 million, so now is a perfect time to join us as we are about to make the world a more literate place. Thank you very much.